Today's notes are on rectangles, which is Chapter 7 or Module 7, Lesson 4 in our book. And so first we need to know the definition of a rectangle. Definition is a parallelogram. Now that word means something to us, so that's important. And it has 4 right angles. And so those words should mean something to us. So parallelogram, that means all the rules apply for parallelogram. We know now diagonals bisect each other. We know now opposite angles congruent. Of course, they're all right angles, so that's obvious. We know consecutive angles supplementary. Well, they're all right angles, that's obvious. We know opposite sides. Opposite sides are congruent. Why? It's a parallelogram. Right? And so we also know opposite sides are parallel. Why? It's a parallelogram. And so this tells us all of those old rules, but this is a new rule here that makes it a rectangle. It's 4 right angles. And so these are really the rules you need to know. Again, 4 right angles. Then it's a parallelogram. So we have 5 things to go with that. We say 1, right, that it has opposite sides parallel. 2, the opposite sides are congruent. 3, the opposite angles are congruent. 4, that consecutive angles are supplementary, which means they add up to 180. And 5, the diagonals bisect each other. And so all of these rules are because of that one. Right? And then we have one additional rule that's only a rectangle rule here. It's a rectangle rule. Diagonals are congruent. So diagonals bisect each other because it's true, still true, because it's still a parallelogram. But because it's a rectangle. So not in all parallelograms, but in all rectangles, diagonals are congruent. And so those are the 3, but that's really 7 rules of a rectangle. So coach is making a basketball team run a new drill along diagonals of the court. And so they're assuming you know a basketball court is a rectangle. If you don't, here it is a rectangle, the whole court. Right? It says if BC is 94 feet and FC is 106.5 feet, find DG. Well, let's write things in what we know. BC is 94, which is nice because that means if BC is 94, FD is 94. But I don't really care about FD because I'm trying to find DG. All right. It does tell us also, and I want to switch colors here. Maybe I should use red. FC, this whole thing, is 106.5. And so the first thing I got to know here is because it's a rectangle, diagonals are congruent. So if FC is 106.5, BD. So I need to know that's telling me BD is 106.5 because rectangle, diagonals are congruent. And then it's a parallelogram, so diagonals bisect each other. And so this part of BD is equal to this part of BD. And so I divide it by 2. And so DG equals 53.25 feet. So I used both rules. Televisions are advertised by the length of the diagonal screen. If ST, where's ST? ST right here, right, is 21. Right? PQ up here is 40. And 29 over 32, sweet. An angle PTQ, where's PTQ? Right here, this angle is 113. Find the rest of the information. Right? And so the first thing it's asking for is TQ. So where is TQ? TQ is this other half. Well, diagonals bisect. So if this half of the diagonal is 21, then this half of the diagonal is 21. PR, where is PR? PR is this diagonal. This diagonal is the whole thing. So it's the same as the whole thing here. Well, that was 21, and we just wrote over here that this is 21. The whole thing is 42. So this whole thing is 42. And then where is QTR? QTR. QTR is this angle right here. And so for that one, I have to realize, okay, well, these are a linear pair. They make a straight line. And so for that last one, I'm going to have to do 180 minus 113. And I would get 67 degrees. And so that goes down here for angle QTR. Quadrilateral ABCD is a rectangle. So it's telling you right now, hey, this whole thing is a rectangle. Angle BAC, where's BAC? This little part right here. So let's write that in. That little part right there is 3x plus 3. Angle ACB, ACB is this angle right here. All right, is 5x minus 1. Right? And so what I need to realize is that alternate interior angles are congruent. So this angle right here is the same as this one right here, or vice versa. This angle down here is the same as this one. Right? How does that help me? Well, this one, even though it's on the top, and this one, even though it's on the bottom, you see because of where they're congruent, parallelogram, alternate interior angles congruent, right? That combined, they make the whole corner. How many degrees is the whole corner? Well, it's a rectangle. The whole corner is 90 degrees. And so you're going to say 3x plus 3 plus 5x minus 1 makes a whole corner. Again, how many degrees is a whole corner? It's a rectangle, and so the whole corner is 90 degrees. Combine like terms. 8x plus 2 equals 90. Again, all I did there is said 3x plus 5x and 3 minus 1. I then minus the 2 over to both sides. I divide both sides by 8. I get x equals 11. It only asks you to find x, not to plug back in, and so we are finished. Right. Again, it says the whole thing is a rectangle. MO is the whole diagonal. So this whole diagonal right here is the 2x plus 6. NP is the whole diagonal. The whole diagonal right here is 6x minus 15. Well, we know it's because it's a rectangle. We know diagonals are congruent. So 2x plus 6 must equal 6x minus 15. And minus 2x to both sides. I add 15 to both sides. I get 21 equals 4x. I go grab a calculator. 21 divided by 4 is 5.25. And so now it wants me to find NP. NP was right here. 6x minus 15. So I do 6 times 5.25. I get 31.5 minus 15. And that gives me final answer here. NP equals 16.5. So 16.5. So it's just using those rectangle rules. The assignment here is page 433, 1 through 14 all. Please show work with algebraic steps. Have a great day.